The courthouse was abuzz this week with news of Mexican actor Pablo Lyle being in court this week. When it first happened, I was walking in the courtroom and I was in the hallways, and this rush of reporters just came down the hall, and I had no idea what was going on. Everybody's asking, "What's going on? What's going on?" And I wound up going into my courtroom to handle my hearing that morning, and I wound up being in my same courtroom, which is pretty funny. So I found out what was going on. I looked into it. I thought it was interesting, and I looked at the video. And for those of you who don't know what was going on, is Mr. Lyle was in the car with his wife and children and his brother-in-law. His brother-in-law was driving. They got off of the 836 exit on 27th Avenue by mistake. They were heading to the airport. And if anyone who is familiar with that intersection, when you get off on 27th Avenue northbound, you're all the way across the highway from the left turn lane. They're trying to get back into the left turn lane to get back on the highway. So as his brother-in-law, changed over all those lanes, he cut off another driver, wanted to be Mr. Hernandez. Mr. Hernandez gets upset that he's cut off. So as typical Miami fashion is, he gets down from the car upset and rushes their window. Now this is where things go from bad to worse. The door is open. It's hard to tell who opens the door, if they're opening it from inside or if he opens it from outside, but the door gets opened. The driver was so either excited or scared or whatever, when he gets out of the car, doesn't realize he didn't put the car in park, so the car keeps rolling forward. So his interaction with Mr. Hernandez is very brief, because as soon as he realizes the car is rolling forward, he jumps back in to try to get control of the car because it's just rolling down 27th Avenue. So that's when Mr. Lyle comes out of the car, and Mr. Hernandez looks like he's walking back towards his car, and it's Miami. You don't know what he's doing. You don't know if he's going back to the car to follow them. You know if he's going back to the car to get a firearm, to get a knife. You have no idea what's going on. Only they know what was going on. So it's very clear on video. Lyle punches Hernandez. Hernandez falls flat like a tree. And apparently, according to the death certificate, he died of blunt force trauma. And they called it a possible homicide. So that's what's going on right now. And I'll keep you guys posted on what happens on that case.